What's the new normal like there in camp? I know it's very different with the protocols and stuff, but are you able to get work done? Does it resemble what a normal training camp looks like?
The past few days have been. We're getting onto a longer schedule and being able to stay here for the meetings at night. It's definitely been different getting to go home at night and sleep in your own house, or the guys getting to go home at earlier hours. But it's, we're finding our routine, trying to find out what works. Everybody, there's no complaints here. We said as a team, that, the more you complain, the more you're wasting time. So everybody's handling it correctly, I think.
I know you really dedicated yourself in the off season. From where you are now to where you were at this point a year ago, can you just talk about that difference, how different things are for you personally?
In a much better state, mentally, obviously, physically. Yeah, I put in the work, like you said, but just ready to roll, attack it back to, where I need to be the leader for this team, for this franchise. The reason I've gotten here is because I've been myself, been able to attack each and every day with 100% effort. So being able to do that and just have the open communication with Coach Stefanski, Alex Van Pelt, and the rest of the staff. We know what we're attacking each and every day. So just it feels a lot better, and we're taking it one day at a time, as we should.
Thanks.
Jake Trotter has our next question.
Yeah, hey, Baker. Andrew Berry said a few days ago that you came back having added 4 pounds of lean mass. You also cut body fat. They were really pleased with the way the shape you showed up in. How much of an emphasis was that for you this offseason? Do you feel like you're in better shape now that you're out there? Can you feel that? And what did you do to get there, not only physically, but like you said, mentally, to get in a good place coming into training camp?
Yeah, no, my emphasis was definitely cutting out the bad body weight. I think the bigger number was definitely the drop in weight of the bad pounds. So that was my emphasis diet-wise. Ended up, had somebody from Elite Nutrition. Her name's Angie. Worked with her, and then where I was training with CJ McFarland down in Austin. Just had a great team, and I think to be at the top of your game, you have to surround yourself by people that are going to push you and elevate you to the higher standards. So did that and did those things, but I just think with the long off season of a lot of online meetings and the mental work, I was able to physically get my body healthy and ready to roll. To take those things in and really work on one thing at a time, scheme wise, focus on studying those things. Because we weren't trying to install and get out there on the practice field and run a bunch of plays. We could really take our time with it. So I think our staff did an unbelievable job of handling that.
Can you give us an idea of like something you might have been eating regularly this time around this offseason versus previously that helped you get into the shape you wanted to be in?
Well, being from Texas, got to have my Mexican food fix, Jake. I cut out a lot of that, but just did a lot of healthier versions, just more regimented dieting, I would say. It's just about being smart on the scheduling. Omelets in the morning, a snack and a shake after the workouts. Just clean eating, a lot of meal prep stuff like that. Wife Emily's done a great job of preparing those dinners. So hats off to her. We're both going through the cooking phase right now.
Excellent. Our next question will be from Mary Kay Cabot.
Hey, Baker, just wondering, when you mentioned that you're in a much better state mentally as well as physically, was last year and some of the events of last season maybe perhaps even a little harder on you than you were willing to admit? And if so, what do you mean by that, kind of being in a much better state mentally now?
I wouldn't say it's a poor me type situation, but I just going and having success all through high school and in college and having that standard so high, and then coming into just the past couple of years have been a roller coaster of emotions and not nearly as much success as I'm used to. So I would say I lost myself, not having that success, not finding out what was working. I think I tried different ways of, trying to have that success, and I didn't find it. So I lost myself in that, and I wasn't able to be who I am for these guys on the team. And I've told them that, and I told them that if I'm not doing that, hold me accountable. So just finding that, finding out, I got to get back to the basics, like I said, and, establish myself in this new system and attack it.
Thanks, Steve.
Daryl Ryder, you're up.
Hey, Baker, what did it mean to have Kevin Stefanski come down and visit you in February down there in Texas? And considering what happened this year with the no off-season program and that, looking back on it, how valuable did that visit ultimately end up being for you?
Tremendously valuable in the long run. I think just to get to know each other, the conversations that you can have in the off season during some of those lighter practices of the phase 1, phase 2 OTA world. He was able to come down and meet my family. His dad was actually in town scouting for basketball, so I actually met his dad too. It was just it was a good thing for us to establish that relationship, talk about things off the field, and just for him to see what I'm about and for me to see what he's about, because you hear all these things, but until you sit down and have a conversation with somebody, that's when you truly get to know someone. So that's a big value that, looking back on it, I think we'll appreciate it.
Both Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski talked about the leadership that you showed through the offseason, taking the initiative, even though a lot of stuff just had to be done remotely and through, video conferencing and stuff like that. Just what can you take away from that experience, and how do you feel that might set you up as you go into this training camp and get ready for this season?
These are unprecedented times we're living in right now. There's no doubt about that. There's no manual or handbook on how to handle these things, but I truly believe the greatest leaders and people you look up to, role models, are able to adapt in situations, different variables. So just being able to try and handle all the situations and try and get the most out of our guys in these, because everybody's in a different home life, different situation, doing these meetings at home, trying to get different workouts. I mean, we saw a bunch of creative ways the guys are getting workouts in that people didn't have the same equipment. So just, trying to connect with those guys and everybody on the staff as well, just to really establish that foundation to be able to make the long run that we want to, but doing it day by day.
Thanks.
Thanks, Darryl. We'll go to Nate Ulrich next.
Hey, Baker. Good to see you. Obviously, to get your body right, nutrition, working with CJ, I get all that. To get mentally right, what does that take?
I think first, going into the fourth offense of, establishing a good foundation of really where our identity is, of what we want to attack, and talking to Alex Van Pelt and Kevin Stefanski of, what we want to be. And I know we won't truly know that till we get out there and run plays with pads on and see how that works, but of how we want to attack it, to where I need to put my focus in. And then from there, just like I said, connecting with the guys on the meetings, getting together with them, trying to just see how they're doing, checking on them, to be the leader and the quarterback that this team needs. So it just being myself, getting that alpha mentality back. 2020 has not been real great. Mamba mentality, RIP to Kobe, but trying to get that and replicate something similar to what he had to lead these guys to where we want to go.
All right. Thank you, Nate. We'll go to Scott Petrick. Scott, if you could unmute on your side. Thank you.
Yep. Hey, Baker, why did you feel the need to do kind of the body transformation, and how do you think it'll help in 2020?
I think there was a lot of plays looking back on last year. Physically, I wasn't able to work out as much being beat up. So I was heavier than I was ever playing before at a playing weight. I needed to be able to have the scrambling ability to move in the pocket. And then also with, what I talked about with Coach Stefanski and Alex Van Pelt about what we want to do, play action wise, and move in the pocket, things that, you look at Minnesota's offense of what they did very well, of making sure that I'm in the best shape possible. I mean, that is my job to be in prime physical shape to show up and do my job on Sundays. So that was definitely, a key factor in that, and just, being back, look good, feel good, play good.
And when you talk about that, the roller coaster the last 2 years, did you ever doubt yourself during those times?
Absolutely. And I think that's, one of those things that I talked about with our team is you got to find that belief. You got to find that confidence in yourself. And that's what I've based my whole story on, my whole career on, is confidence in myself and taking those chances. So there were times, and these guys know that everybody has their moments, but, you can't just, hold on to yourself. You have to have people to lean on, and we have those guys here.
Thanks.
Great, thanks, Scott. We have two hands up. We'll go to Jake Trotter and then Mary Kay Cabot, and Didi will be our last one after that. Jake, you're up.
Yeah, Baker, you look at the moves that Andrew Berry made this offseason, better supporting you on the field. You look at Stefanski's system with Alex Van Pelt. You mentioned some of the concepts that should help you, the shape you're in, mental place you're in. Do you feel like everything is in place for you now and that it's on you to deliver? You have this opportunity, and do you relish the fact that there might be some outside doubt about this team, about you, given what happened last year going into this season?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's an unbelievable opportunity for everybody in this building right now with the moves that we've made, the pieces we've brought in, the culture that's being built right now. I think we're really excited to get out there and show that of what we've been building behind the scenes. I'm extremely excited about that, and the doubt and all that. Yeah, I mean, I expect it considering, what's been going on with my, going from year one, having some success to last year of what we thought was going to be, and then it wasn't. So, but it is what it is. It's nothing new to me, and our guys are ready, like I said, to get out there and prove what we've been doing this offseason, because that's all that matters is this year. And we have a new team and a new staff, and we're ready to roll.
Mary Kay, you're up.
Hey, Baker, I know you took some heat when you, announced that you would absolutely kneel for the national anthem. So my question to you is, why were you willing to put yourself out there like that? Do you have any regrets? And talk about the backlash you received.
No, I don't have any regrets. I think, being in my position, which is a blessing, being, out on a platform to where I can speak on issues that are just wrong. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And there's a human rights issue that's been going on for a long time. And I believe in that. And it's nothing against military. Anybody who served and anybody that knows my history knows that I completely support military and the people that serve our country for the right reasons and do it for justice. So, and the people that, don't know that, that's okay. Just take a second to get to know me. It's a human rights issue. There's right and there's wrong.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Kay. Our last question for you, Baker, is going to come from Aditi Kinkabwala. Aditi, if you can unmute from your side. Thank you.
Hi, Baker. Thanks. This is now your fourth head coach, your third offensive coordinator. What is it about these two guys, personality-wise, scheme-wise, whatever, that fits you so well? What's working? How are they different?
Scheme-wise, I think my attributes match up to what they want to do. But not only that, I think it matches up to our team and the people they've brought in, our whole offense, just mentality-wise, culture-wise, if a no BS policy, you're going to know exactly what we want to do, and you're expected to do it. It's just be an adult type thing, handle your own business, and we'll have success, and we'll have fun doing it. I think there's things that we're doing within the building, within our online meetings, that are, I think, ahead of the game, ahead of the curve. So hats off to our staff for being able to get those guys, making these moves to where we really feel like we're in a true training camp, even though it is a little different. So we're having a lot of fun right now with, making the most of it. So hats off to those guys.